Well, not sure anyone's watching live because that's not typically what we do. But here we go. I've got my, here we go. Got to have our monk robe for the Sunday services, but we're waiting for Mike. So while we're waiting for Mike, let's make sure we have everything set up properly. I can probably do a different mic. Trying to find microphones because I am very, very disorganized today. Apparently Mike is too. Ack! Holy crap. Do I have it? Yay! I do. Let me go see what's holding up Mike. Otherwise, I might have to sing or something. All right. To find out if this mic works, I'll have to wait for Mike to get here to let me know. Okay, there he is. Let's see. Hey! Can you hear me?
Yes. Can you hear me?
If you're talking, I can't hear you. Let me see. Okay. Can you hear me?
Just fine. Can you hear me?
Yes, now I can. I screwed something up. So I was trying to do a microphone, and in between, after our Sunday services, I will try to do the mic thing, but you know, and I know you got something to do in between. Ack!
They want us to wear masks, so I am wearing a mask.
There you are. I feel safe now. I don't feel like I'm going to get infected because, you know, they said it comes through your shoes now. So
they're saying it comes through your farts too.
What?
They say it comes through your farts too.
Oh.
That's what the UK Mail is reporting.
So are we going to have to wear little air filters on our assholes?
I don't know.
I want to get in that business.
What do you do for a living? I sell fart screens. What?
You know, I bet you there's somebody already in that business that said, I'm a visionary, man.
I wouldn't call it vision. Wrong sense of the body, you know?
Yeah. Well, we're experimenting with doing this live. Not that I expect anybody live, but why not? But if anyone does show up, that little screen on the side there that you should be able to see, maybe, I'm not sure how it looks on your version. Any comments would be over there if we get it.
I've got a blue screen below a picture of my masked face, which is below the two of us on a split screen.
Maybe I only see that and I could put it on the screen and let you know. I don't know. Oh. We'll see. I'm going to have to experiment.
There is a chat button at the bottom though.
Oh, okay. Maybe. All right. Mine just looks completely different. So I'll have to experiment with it. Yes.
Yeah.
All righty. So are you, are we coordinated? Because we've got to start our Sunday services completely proper, you know?
Well, actually, I got to figure out which image I'm supposed to be reading off of here. So give me one moment.
Well, I'm doing Sunday. Oh, no, I'm doing Sunday.
You're doing Sunday.
Yeah, because it's the 13th. No, you are? What day?
You are.
The 12th. Okay. Where'd I put
the 12th? Happy freaking Easter.
All right, it's the 12th. Okay, so I'm doing Sunday.
He's
So
at the tomb because he was forced to shelter in place.
you're very muffled. So if you want to be heard, you might have to infect everybody. You look like a ninja. You look like a very colorful ninja. Oh, we're an Easter egg.
Any better?
What?
Does this sound any better?
Yes, it was. Good. Yeah, kind of muffled before.
Yeah.
And it's National Parliamentary Law Month. So we should be celebrating, but we can't go out and frolic in the fields. Might get shot by Karen.
Or get stuck in the snow.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't bring a beer. There'll be a beer for the next one. Right now, I'm still trying to get caffeinated. All right, but we have to. If you need.
I'm not sure how I can do this while holding my phone, so I'll have to do it one-handed.
Oh, okay. Ready? Up.
Yeah.
Nair. Perfect. All righty.
It's a lot of rural services for the incapacitated. Yes.
You know, it's our shut-in services because you couldn't make it, and it wasn't because of the virus.
Not to be confused with the shut-up services where we just don't say anything.
But we'll pretend that it was because of some massive virus attack. All right, so this is just
the liberalism virus.
Yes. So this is just a discussion. So, are you ready, Mr. Seebeck?
I will try not to be a contrarian, yes.
Oh, well, don't be a reflexive contrarian, because we must be respectable. The Libertarian Party cannot be scary, don't you know?
Why not? We're at our best that way.
Dear leader told us so. So we must follow.
Dear leader needs to start social distancing himself from the sharks he's jumping over.
Yeah, and one of the most reflexive contrarian things I can think of to do is to refuse to go through the TSA screening and make those poor employees molest you each time. So I think someone...
We may start seeing them outside retail stores next.
Lord have mercy, but yeah.
No kidding.
And we could talk about reflexive contrarianism for a second, by the way. And somebody is watching because we got a laugh react. It might be that guy who follows me around now and does laugh reacts because he's mad at me. You had a good discussion with him, though, so I was glad. I obviously wasn't communicating.
Which one was that?
I don't remember his name because I don't hold grudges. So, like, I won't even remember it even happened next week. Reflexive contrarianism. Is it always bad?
No.
When is it good?
When your instinct immediately cries bullshit on something. And believe me, it happens quite a bit.
Well, that is instinct. I would define reflexive contrarianism as just it always being contrary for the sake of being contrary, not necessarily because your instinct said anything, not because you have weighed the pros and cons and had a rational skepticism per se. I take it as something that's just as a matter of course. If you're told something, you're like, no, whether or not it's in your interest or you would have done it anyway. Is that ever good?
Well, sometimes it can be good because, you know, the immediate reflex to say, wait a minute, can often be the correct answer. I've had more than many cases in my time where I don't trust my initial instinct and it winds up biting me in the ass because it was right the first time. And only later on when it gets revealed as to what's really going on or how things progress through that he realized, yeah, I had it right in the first place. So the immediate instinctive reflexive reaction can be actually accurate more times than people realize.
I would say it's very situational. The argument, I don't know if you saw that I made online, was that I do think it's absolutely right in some circumstances, and it does not require you to be skeptical. Like some people are saying, well, it's fine if you're doing it based upon a healthy skepticism. And at first I agreed, and then I thought about it and said, no, when it comes to government force, a reflexive contrarianism is absolutely the right thing to do. Even if what they're trying to force you to do isn't necessarily something bad, the fact that they're forcing you is bad. So I do think there is a principled reflexive contrarianism, and our chair is completely barking up the wrong tree.
I agree. I agree with you completely. Is that what? So if I'm agreeing with you, is what would you call that? Reflexive.
Agreeitarian.
There you go. That's a good way to put it.
Who knows? But it's really irritating me because I think he's throwing a lot of libertarians under the bus without clarification. It seems like he's insinuating that those getting very angry at the government have a mind virus. And I find that very offensive. Now, maybe he has clarified it somewhere, but I've been watching his page and I haven't seen it. And I could tell you that's certainly how people are interpreting it.
Or as I put it, there is a mind virus out there. It's called statism.
Yeah. I will always be reflexively contrarian to the state. Always. And
believe me, the whole issue here, and yes, this wearing this balaclava is to mock the whole thing more than anything else.
Yeah,
it's the theater of the absurd, which we haven't seen since the Nazi Smurfs or the TSA first came into being. It's ridiculous. It doesn't accomplish anything. It's just all feel-good measures that don't do a damn thing, except piss people off who look at it, who see through it.
Yeah,
like me.
Yeah, it's yeah, and did you I don't know if you saw my friend Jesse, who basically started threatening deadly force. It was interesting. Jesse is an old friend of mine from T-Web, so Theology Web. It's an old forum I used to own.
Was he the one who was threatening to hold me down and inject me with the thing?
Yes.
Oh yeah, I saw him. That guy can go sit on a cactus.
The funny thing is he's a really good guy. Okay, I've known him forever, which is why I said to him, I think he's just talking shit on the internet because I've known you too long to believe that you're evil. And so I do. If he isn't just talking shit, I totally misjudge this guy. But I've known him since 2003-ish, so it's a long time. And some people wonder, they're like, everyone expects most people on my page to be libertarian, and most of them are. But I have friends from T-Web who we don't know each other because of libertarianism. We know each other because of a theology debate forum. So that's where I know Jesse from. He's not a Christian. I think if I remember correctly, he's a Taoist. So that's why I have like where these friends come from. But he hit
a nerve with me there.
Guy. I can't believe he's acting like this. He is like a wonderful person. But if that's what he really thinks, well, he changed. Because
he hit a nerve with me because I almost died because of a vaccine at age 2. And I've been dealing with the effects of it for 45 years. So yeah, it's personal there.
Well, it hit a nerve with me because I'm envisioning somebody putting their hands on me and I'm like, no means no, asshole. You know?
I saw it. I agree.
Yeah, ridiculous. But so, okay, that was our inspirational words about reflexive contrarianism. Go out and be reflexively contrarian against the state. They deserve it.
Because you own you and nobody else does.
And you know, I don't do the litmus test thing. You know that. You know I don't do the who's a libertarian thing, but I'm starting to get to the point where if you believe in forcibly injecting people, that might be my litmus test because that is.
I know you saw what I said on that, but let me ask you something. Do you know what those 3 chemicals are?
What chemicals?
The ones that I posted about you won't object to these?
No, I haven't followed the whole discussion. I really spend very limited time on Facebook right now.
Those 3 are the combination for the lethal injection cocktail.
Oh, I saw that. Yeah, the potassium. Yeah, no, I'm sorry. I forgot. I did see that. Yeah, the state holds people down for that one too.
Yes, they do. So if you don't object to having forced to be vaccinated, you won't be forced to have lethal injection on you either. If you don't object to one, you can't object to the other. Right. Because they're the same thing, just in different degrees.
Yeah, different context. But, you know, once you grant state the right to do that, there you go.
Exactly. Okay, well, what's
our lexical reading?
Yeah, what's our passage?
Our passage today, and we do have 6 people watching. Don't be shy. Comment. If you disagree with us, you can be wrong. We won't hurt you. We certainly won't throw you to the ground and inject you with anything. That's for certain. All right. Today's reading is in such cases, which we don't know because they pulled this out of context. So whatever the fuck such cases are, in such cases where all of the individual amendments must be made, if any one of them is made, in order to leave a coherent resolution pending, if the motion to amend is adopted, the proposed amendments are offered in a single motion, as in the example given. Of course, we don't have the example. We have to guess it. Such proposed amendments may not be divided. I think I know the answer.
This almost sounds like they're either talking about substitute motions or seriatim, but I'm not sure which.
I think you're talking about seriatim, because
How are you pronounce the dang word?
I don't know if I'm right either. You know, I can't even tell you how I used to pronounce Tanstaffel. It was pretty funny until I was corrected. Because it talks about it having to be done in a single motion, and that's the end result of seriatim. But I'm not positive. So you got your holy book with you? It is. I get to read it, but you can follow along.
You can follow along in the midst. Where are we going?
274. So let's see if we were right.
Okay.
See, and I can't edit out all of our flippity flopping around. I will in the other ones. We're only doing live on Sunday. Okay. 274.
It's actually division of a question.
What is this? Okay, well, let's back up. Conforming amendments.
Yeah, this is about division of a question.
But conforming amendments is where it starts.
Right, that's on 273.
Yeah, sometimes several changes throughout a motion or resolution are needed in order to achieve one end. Okay, so I guess they're kind of talking about when your goal is something, but it's in a bunch of different places that you have to do all at one time.
Right, like when you have, for example, a bylaws change that, say, affects 2 or 3 different locations at once.
Yes.
Which we see a lot of. And
what line numbers did they say? They said line numbers 13 through 18. Okay, so there's an example given. So I'm going to read, that's the example they're talking about. For example, suppose a lengthy resolution is pending relating to the creation of a new standing committee called the Ways and Means Committee to study and make recommendations concerning the society's financial circumstances and requirements. And this committee is referred to by name and a number of places scattered throughout the resolution. If it is desired to change the name of this committee from Ways and Means Committee to Finance Committee, it is both necessary and in order to move to amend the pending resolution by striking out Ways and Means Committee wherever it appears and inserting Finance Committee in lieu thereof. In such cases where all of the individual amendments must be made, if any one of them is made, in order to leave a coherent resolution pending if the motion to amend is adopted, these proposed amendments are offered in a single motion. So I get it. This is actually more simple than what we were talking about, but I think that would also be for a bylaws amendment that affects multiple articles.
Sure. Classic example. We had one last year where we changed the name of the records director to secretary. And that affected multiple bylaws because it was used in multiple places.
And I would say that would even go for if it's in the bylaws and the Constitution. It'd have to be all at once and have the higher threshold.
We've had a few of those in the past.
Yeah. Let's see here. So it's in division because it's saying this is something that cannot be divided.
Right. And it makes sense that you don't want to divide that because if you divide it, you run the risk of either missing spots, having to go back and fix it, or you run the risk of, like in our case, amending it in one document but not in the other, and then you're really in trouble.
And presumably the arguments for one are the arguments for them all anyway. So dividing them would be deliberate.
I divid well.
That's military, Mr. Starr. Okay.
No, it's just mispronounced.
All right. So I think that's it for our Sunday, is it? Or is there anything to add here?
Not as far as I know. I think we covered the bases. So.
Okay.
By the
Awesome.
way, before we cut off, if there are people watching, would you just do us a small favor and just say hi in the comments? We want to see how this works.
Yeah, I want to see how it works on Mike's end. I know how it works on my end. And there's 3 people watching now. There was a bunch, and now they're scared and they're taking off. We're down to 2. I smell chicken. Do you smell chicken? I definitely smell chicken.
Well, I do, but I had chicken soup for dinner, so.
Listen, people, if you're watching, please comment. We're trying to test some new software. Here we go.
There's one.
Do you see it?
I do. I see a smiley face from Philip. Thank you.
And if you want to see something cool, you see I can put it on the screen as well.
Hold on. Yep, there it is. I see it.
So that is very cool. Thank you, Philippe or Philip. I know I'm mispronouncing it, but that's kind of my calling card. All right. So we're.
Yes, thank you. Thank you for being our guinea pig just to see how it works. We appreciate it.
You. All right. So we are done with Sunday services. Bless you, my children. Go out and be reflexively contrarian. And right. We're not coordinated or organized.
It's also a range of the camera too. So yeah. I could put it way out here with a selfie stick and make me look like a bloated tie-dye fish. And maybe I could handle it.
Hootie and the blowfish.
Tie-dye the blowfish.
All right. Have a good day, everyone. Bye-bye.